Hi, friends. Welcome back to another weekly reading from Juno Drum Intuitive Arts. I'm Juno, and this is going to be your reading for the week. So let's see what's happening for you this week. The way this reading will work, a couple things. We're going to do the zodiac signs first. So first we'll go through the zodiac signs. So find your sun, moon, and rising signs. If you're tuning in after the fact, you can go down below to the description section of this video and choose the chapters with your reading. You don't have to watch all of it if you don't want to. Or if you are watching live, hello, welcome to the whole thing. And at the end of this reading, there will be a collective message for everybody, so you can find the collective messages as well. And then if there's any time left over and there's anybody here, we could do some private or personal readings. It'll be public personal readings as well. So anyway, let's dive right into the cards and see what's going on. Really quick as well, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. If you're new, please do subscribe. We just reached 1,500 subscribers, which is incredible. So welcome to everybody who's new, and I'm so excited. Hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here live. Welcome. We're just starting, so perfect. And if you stick in towards the end, at the very end, I'll be opening up the cards to anybody who wants a free reading. But before that, we're going to dive in now to Aries. Aries, what do Aries, sun, moon, and rising need to know? Okay, let's say about one more. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. There we go. Okay, Aries, what do my Aries need to know this week? Aries, you got the moon. So for my Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign friends, what is happening for you this week is a little unclear, which sometimes can be frustrating. So if you're running into the fact where you don't exactly know clearly which direction you're moving or why things are happening the way they are or what you can do to change things, if you feel a little bit like, I don't really know this week, that's okay. Hold on to that. Hold on to your own inner knowing. Trust that you have an idea of a direction and continue along that direction that you know. Now, with the moon, you do have a few steps illuminated ahead of you. So even if you don't know everything that's happening, you can still at least get a little bit of what's going on there. With the Two of Swords, I do think you are at a bit of a crossroads here for my Aries, sun, moon, and rising. And so a part of maybe where this unknown energy is coming in is you don't really know which one to choose. So you have the Knight of Cups as one direction. Let's see your second direction. I want another. There we go. Okay, you have the Two of Cups in one direction. You have the Knight of Cups in another direction. So there's a sense here where I think on the one hand, you're kind of stuck in this, do I make everyone else happy? Do I do what other people are wanting from me? Or do I follow what I know I need for myself to build my own happiness and move in the direction that that's moving, even if it's moving away from some of the needs of other people? Well, that can be a difficult juggle sometimes. And I think, Aries, that might be a little bit of what's going on. But just trust yourself, trust that you know the way forward. And even if you only know a few steps ahead and not the whole path, keep moving forward anyway. Trust yourself, trust that you know what to do, and I think you're going to be okay. So anyway, Aries, that was my Aries, sun, moon, and rising for you. Next up, we're going to go into Taurus. So Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. What do the Taurus signs need to know this week? Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. There we go. There we go. All of it. All right. Taurus. Three of Cups. Okay, so for Taurus, this week is interesting. Unlike last week, I remember last week was all about kind of going off on your own a bit. This week is celebrating with friends. So I think this week is a really great week for my Taurus, sun, moon, and rising to really get out there. Put yourself out there this week. Go out, meet your friends, celebrate. Take the time to get out and have a good time. Spend as much time as you can bringing in that socialization energy. I think having that socialization this week is going to make you feel really good. It's going to help you not feel as stuck and held back. I think maybe lately you've been a little bit more reserved, holding everything too close and being a little bit afraid of, I don't know if I have enough money to go out with people, and I'm a little bit worried about finances. I don't think I can go out. Well, maybe there's opportunities and chances for you to go out and hang out with people that doesn't necessarily involve money, right? So just because you feel like you need to save a little bit this week, that's fine. That happens. We all are in that place, but you could still go out and meet with your friends and have a good time as well. Your final card here is the Nine of Swords. Yeah, okay, so definitely don't worry about the abundance. Don't worry about the physical stuff. I think maybe you've been a little bit stuck in your head lately. And a part of where this meeting with other people and having some good time with friends is coming in is really letting you know, like, no, if you take the time to go out and meet other people and have a nice time and have a good time, you'll be not as stuck in that internal mental space of I can't believe this, or any of those negative self-talk. Sometimes it's really nice to get out there and to listen to other people for a while, and to get other people's opinions on things, and to get second opinions, get all of those kinds of things, so that by the time that you are done hanging out with those people, you feel a little bit clearer about yourself. You feel a little bit more like, okay, actually, I understand things more. I think I'm going to be okay, right? So I think that getting out there and putting yourself out there and socializing this week is really going to help change a lot of that internal landscape back to a place of calm and certainty, where things might be feeling uncertain lately. So anyway, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that was for you. We're going to move straight on. So next up we have Gemini. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini. Okay. All right. Okay, you got a bunch of cards. So this one came out tentatively, so we're going to honor it. It's the Two of Swords. So for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is similar to the Aries message in that I think you're kind of juggling two different things right now and kind of figuring out which way to move forward, and maybe feeling a little unclear this week about which direction you want to move. Now, the energy, though, that's moving this week, is in the Wands. You have the Knight of Wands. So there's real movement towards inspiration, towards drive, towards creating the things in your life that you want. Now, where this deliberation is coming in of, I don't know, am I going this way? Am I going this way? On the one hand, you have the Devil. So you're really being encouraged this week to watch out for the small little bad habits, the small little things. They might be coming up this week, which is fine. I mean, we always have to experience things over and over again. And sometimes things are good, sometimes things are meh, and that's just a part of life. Now, I'm not saying this week is going to be meh for you, but you're going to experience probably a little bit of the seductive pull towards bad habits, even if that's like, not cleaning or not wanting to do things, right? Maybe it's sloth energy, like, I don't even want to get out of bed. Do I really have to do that? Blah, blah, blah. So on the one hand, you're going to be kind of like, those are going to poke you a little bit. This in the back of your head, like, I don't really want to do it today. Well, that's poking you on the one hand, but on the other hand, you have the star, the bright, beautiful new day, the awakening into the beautiful light after the darkness, which is wonderful to have it paired with this card, because what that's saying is that, there's always a choice that you have, even in those moments where you feel pulled towards the, I don't even want to do this. Do I even want to get out of bed? Those kind of moments, you still have the star here too, which is saying, no, every dark moment has an opportunity to have a light, right? It has the opportunity to shine through, has the opportunity to come into a new awareness, come into a new thought process, come into a new way of being. And so because of that, I think that this is a really great time for you, this week, to learn how to overcome some of these bad habit energies that might be coming up. And they're coming up for you to be like, no, I don't need to follow that. I can listen to my intuition. I can follow this, because at the end of the day, you have the Knight of Wands. So the inspiration is really here for you this week if you want to follow it. Okay, that was for Gemini. We're going to move on now to Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Cancers need to know this week? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Apologize for it's getting cold enough here that I can turn off my air conditioning and have my windows open. So if there's any kind of loud background noise, I apologize. We're getting into the Cancer part of this reading. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I need one more card, please. There it is. Okay, Cancer. Ooh, you got the moon again. Okay, so, ultimately, it's important to remember, as much as these are delineated by your sun, moon, and rising signs, they're also kind of a little bit of a jumble for everybody. So sometimes there's repeat messages that happen throughout these, which is good. So Cancer, you have the moon, which is similar to, who had the moon? I think Aries had the moon. So Cancer, this week, you might not have a clear understanding of what's going on. And that's okay, right? If you don't understand what's happening right now, if you feel like, I don't really know what is going on in my life fully, I have ideas, I have general direction, but I just don't know if I'm taking the right steps or moving in the right direction, well, that's okay, right? This week, it's okay if you don't fully know. you probably know at least what your next step is. You might not know like 10 steps from now, but you probably know your next step. So take the step you know you need to take this week. And if you don't know fully what happens after that, that's okay. That's next week's problem, right? This week, take the one step you know you need to take. And once you do that, the next step will illuminate itself, and then you'll know where to go. Take the next step after that, and then it'll illuminate after that, right? And if you keep doing that, even though you don't know fully the full wealth of where you need to be, right, it will become illuminated along the pathway. Now, with the Four of Pentacles, I think that maybe you've been feeling really reserved lately and like, I got to protect myself. I got to keep myself safe. I got to keep my things safe. Well, sometimes this comes up to say it's a little bit too much, right? You don't have to be fully in that moment. Once again, apologize for the background noise. You don't have to fully have that here. Instead, what that's doing is that's keeping you feeling stuck, right? So it's time to open yourself up and be like, no, I don't need to fully hold myself back here. I can put myself out there. I can put my energy out there. I don't need to hold it back completely. I want one more card, please. One more card. There it is. So ultimately, the advice for you this week, is the Queen of Wands. She's a master manifester. She can make anything happen, right? So you can tap into this manifestation power to make things happen. But if you're too afraid to put your energy out there, sometimes that can stifle anything else from being able to happen. And that might be a part of where this stuck energy is coming from, is this over need to protect yourself might be keeping you from really blossoming and growing in a larger sense. And so it's important, like I said, with that moon card, you're not going to necessarily know all 100 steps that are ahead. But if you just take the next step that you know you need to take, it's going to create this inspired action that will have this positive feedback loop that will over time move and move and move and move and build into this big, beautiful thing. So take the one step you need to make. Don't be afraid to take the step here. I think you're being encouraged that this week. Don't be afraid to take that one step. Even if you don't know where it's going, just take that one step and trust. You're being asked to trust yourself here because it's going to bring you out of that stuck energy and into this inspiration and creation energy. So anyway, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that helps you. We're going to move on. Who's next? Cancer. After Cancer comes Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Leos need to know this week? Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leo, there it is. All right, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You've got the Three of Swords, the Emperor, and the Three of Pentacles. 3-3, 2 3s. That's cool. All right, well, let's start with the Three of Pentacles because it came out first. Three of Pentacles means meeting with new people and building a strong foundation. So for whatever's going on for my Leos this week, this is a great time and opportunity for you to meet with new people and build something powerful for the future. Now, you might be a little bit weary of doing that because you have the Three of Swords here, which to me is telling me that maybe in the past you've worked with other people in group dynamics, and group dynamics maybe haven't worked out the best for you, right? You've been in a situation or something's been going on with other people where things weren't working right, maybe things weren't going on so much. And so with the Three of Pentacles, it's saying, hey, don't let this past situation of where things didn't work out color your idea on how to make things happen. Ultimately, you're the emperor here, right? You're the emperor. You're in control of your life and of your situation. And now, when you're in a group dynamic, I do think maybe you might be taking the lead in a lot of situations, which is great, but understand that, maybe some people take the lead here and other people take the lead there. And so, as you build that up, you got to figure out what the right dynamic for the group is, but don't let any kind of past situation color this, right? That's really important. So if one person in this group is reminding you of what other people did, and then you're like, oh, I don't know, that reminds me of this other thing, right? Don't let that be it. It could just be something completely different, right? So as you move forward, take the emperor approach here, where the emperor has a clear head over whatever practice he's in, and he's not going to let any kind of situation from his past necessarily mean that everything in the future doesn't work out, right? Everything is a new situation. Everything is a new opportunity, and take that new opportunity and run with it. But I do think that this is a powerful moment for you to come together with other people and build something great. So for my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is really about building something strong with others this week and meeting with other people and creating something really, really powerful. So yeah, And Kristen, that's really awesome to hear that it really is home there. That's awesome. Okay, so that was for Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great week. We're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can my Virgos expect this week? Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's always interesting to see which cards pop out because sometimes there's repeat ones, and that's always fun. So anyway, Virgo, let's see what you're up to this week. Okay, we'll start with the Nine of Swords. So just like the Taurus, no, I can't remember who had Gemini, Taurus, I can't remember anymore. Doesn't matter. There's some overthinking energy going on here. So just be weary this week of catastrophizing situations, right? If something goes on that something doesn't work, it doesn't have to be anything more than just, oh, well, that didn't work, right? So just, this is the anxiety card. So don't let any situation that happens in your life this week, Virgo, have to mean something bigger than what it actually is, right? Like a paper cut is just a paper cut, right? It's not a mortal wound, right? That's going to kill you. So just like if little tiny things are going on this week, it's okay, right? It happens to everybody. Stuff happens. Just be in your power, be in yourself, and you're going to make it through, because ultimately you have the Nine of Cups here, which is feeling really proud of yourself and triumphant and feeling victorious. So I think that this week is a really great opportunity for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs to really take the time to honor your wins. I think that's going to be really big and important. Don't think about all the little tiny things that aren't working and the things that didn't work and the annoyances and all that. That doesn't even have to matter this week. The more that you can think about all of the things that are going right in your life, all of the wins that you're having, all of the triumphant moments that you've had and that you're continuing to have this week, the more that you can focus on those, the more that you can continue to bring that into your life. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is talking about. Now, I think you've been working really, really hard at something for a long time. And so there's an importance here to continue to bring that in, right? The Eight of Pentacles is a very hardworking person. They continue to work and put that work in, and it is going somewhere. But sometimes it can feel mundane, right? Sometimes having to put in the work over and over again can feel like, ugh, I don't know if I can do this anymore, right? Just keep going forward, because it's going to lead to somewhere great. As long as you continue to put that in and to work on it, it's gonna lead to something really, truly wonderful. So keep doing it, keep at it. Even if it feels like it's a slog, even if it feels like it's not leading to anything, sometimes that's what it is. That you have to keep putting in those things over and over and over again before they can actually build into something. And it might take a while for you to actually see the results, but if you continue to put in that work, you're going to get somewhere. Finally, you have the Four of Swords. So also, as you continue to do this work too, it's important not to burn out. And so the best way to not burn out in situations is to make sure that you're getting enough rest, make sure you're getting enough sleep, take the time that you need to get out there and get those 8 hours in every night, right? You're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep. I don't know. I try to, but I don't always, right? But, take the time to rest and recuperate your energy this week. I think that's going to be really important as you continue to put in this hard work in those places. And any small win that you have, celebrate it. Make sure you celebrate it, okay? Because the more that you put in that hard work, the more it takes that time. All right, so that was for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to move on to, who's next? After Virgo comes Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Happy birthday to my Libras. We just entered Libra season today, I think. So happy Libra season. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Libras need to know? I love Libra, by the way. I don't have any Libra in my chart, but man, I've had some wonderful Libra friends. I'm a Gemini and Aquarius, so, I got lots of air, but I don't have any Libra. But I love Libras. So anyway, Libra, what's coming up for you? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, you got 4. All right, that's fine. All right, more repeats, right? More repeat messages. So this is all a collective. We're all in this together, everybody. Let's read the different one for you. The different one for you is Justice. So for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this week is really going to be bringing you an opportunity to fully see A, just how far you've come in life, how much you've built upon things, and B, it's going to help you to see the past good deeds that you've put in. You're going to see the positive results from past good deeds. So the things that you've done in the past, the things that you built, the things that you've created in your past they're going to come back to you this week in a way that's really positive. So maybe, something out of the blue might pop up this week that's really wonderful, that like comes from some place that you've done, some past work, some past something that's going to be like, oh, hey, remember that thing? Oh, that's so wonderful. That kind of thing. There's a little bit of that energy coming in this week to remind you like, hey, you've done a lot of good things in life and it's going to happen. And I think that's going to help you feel a little bit less tricky with this. It's kind of like a broken-hearted energy. So I think maybe in the past, maybe some things haven't worked out in certain ways for you, and it can be easy to let any kind of setbacks we may have experienced in the past, we can let them define us in ways that aren't fair to ourselves. We can let them create a sense of, I don't know, any of that kind of thing. This week, you're going to be coming out of that a little bit more. I think with that Justice card, I think that it's finally time for you to like really break out of that energy. And so, that's where this Two of Swords is coming in. You have a choice. So I think you have a choice to either, continue to feel like, I don't know, or to finally move into like, you know what? Actually, maybe I've done some things and maybe some things have happened to me, but ultimately I know that I can be positive and I know that life can mean really good things for me. And I know that things can work out. And so I'm going to choose to imagine a life for myself where things do work out. And I'm going to follow that. And I'm going to do the work that it takes to get there. And I think the more that you do, the more you're going to see that positive result from it. Now, with the Four of Pentacles, I think that maybe, a part of where this, a part of this heartbreak card has made you feel a little bit reserved and maybe a little bit like stepped back. But Libra, is one of the most social signs in the entire tarot. So I think it's important to not be too closed off this week, Libra, even if it, in the back of your mind, you're feeling that subconsciously, like you need to protect yourself a little bit. It's okay. There are people and situations and places out there for you this week that are really going to open yourself up to, wow, actually things are really good. And wow, look at this person, so nice. And, I think that if you open yourself up in ways that maybe are a little bit uncomfortable in a good way, right? Sometimes discomfort can be what we need for growth. Just a little bit of discomfort. If you put yourself out there just a little bit more than maybe you feel comfortable with, not fully, but just a little bit more, I think you'll start to see as you dip your toe in the water this week that you find some really positive, beautiful results coming to you from it. So anyway, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that's helpful. We are going to move on now to Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Scorpios need to know this week? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hello. We got lots of comments going on. Hello, Spacecraft. Welcome this week. And hello, Nasser. Welcome as well. I will be doing personal readings at the end, but right now we are in the middle of some zodiac sign readings. So once those are done, we'll get into the personal reading. So stick around for that, Nasser, and I can do a little mini personal reading for you. Although I can't necessarily predict lottery winnings, but I'll see what the cards say. You never know. I don't want to predict anything like lotteries, but we'll see. Anyway, this is Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so for my Scorpios this week, just be careful of the people that you're around. It's nothing scary, but I think that, especially this combined with the Devil card, I think it's really important to remember that, like, sometimes the company that we surround ourselves with, we end up reflecting that company a little bit, especially subconsciously, and the people that we spend our time with and the people that we move in circles with, ultimately we start to reflect them, they start to reflect us. So who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Are they people that you like? Are they people that you want to be reflected in and around? Or, are you around people that you just can't stand or something like that? Like, just be careful about that this week. Like I said, it's not like you have to be afraid of anybody, but just, I think that with these two here together, especially like, if you've got anybody in your life who brings out the worst in you, or encourages you to fall under bad habits that you don't necessarily want to be a part of, any of that kind of thing, like dragging you into situations you just don't want to do, just be a little bit careful of that this week and be really mindful. Know that you are in control of your life and of your situation and of your body and of your being. So if somebody, wants to do something that you don't feel comfortable with, you can always leave that situation. And it's important to remember that, right, this week. So if anybody's like trying to push you into something you don't want to do this week, don't do it, right? It's that simple. That being said, You got 2 knights. So there's real movement towards ultimate happiness here for you this week, Scorpio, which is great with the Knight of Cups. And so there might be some understanding of your emotional body and your emotional state this week that's a little bit more nuanced. Maybe you're going to be learning something about yourself and about your emotions this week and how you can feel more comfortable around yourself and around others this week. And maybe that's a part of this too, is sort of like learning where, oh, hey, you know what, that one person actually makes me feel really uncomfortable. And so I'm going to just like put up some more boundaries. Yeah. Maybe I'm not going to like totally be like, no, goodbye forever, but I could be like, I'm going to spend a little bit less time. I'm going to say a little bit of no energy there, put some boundaries up and understand that, that's okay, right? I think maybe that's a part of this week. The other part with the Knight of Swords is a clear-headed, clear thinking, movement towards the analytical mind. So, have a really clear head this week too, of like understanding what you want and what you don't want. And, maybe people around you are going to help you see a little bit better about the things that you want and that you don't want. And that's fine too, right? It doesn't have to mean anything bad about those people or whatever. It's just like, this situation, I don't want to be a part of it this week. And that's fine. That's fine. It's your life. It's your movements, your operations, and you can control that sort of thing. So anyway, Scorpio, I hope that's helpful. I hope you have a good week this week. And we're going to move on to Sagittarius, right? After Scorpio. Yeah, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Sagittarius. There it is. One more. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There it is. Okay, Sagittarius. All right, great. Let's see. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. So you know what? This is a great week for you, right? Fortune is on your side. Luck is on your side. Luck is here for you this week. It's a lucky week for you. Did you get a lucky week last week too, Sagittarius? I think so. Maybe you got a lucky break going on, Sagittarius. That's great. So tune into it. It's here for you. With the Ace of Swords, it's a new beginning towards the mind. Maybe you're learning something new this week. Maybe this is a great week to bring in new information. Maybe you're starting some kind of program, starting some kind of school. It could be something formal like that, or it could just be, you've always wanted to learn how to do something and you're going to do it this week. Or it's a new perspective. By this lucky energy, you could be moving this forward this week and being like, no, you know what? I'm going to think about all of the positive, wonderful things that are happening to me. And I'm not going to think about the bad things. And yeah, okay, if a bad thing happens, like I'm going to feel what I need to feel from it, but I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to honor the lucky, beautiful things that are going on. And I'm going to keep that alive in myself and bring that in, right? So that's a real possibility for you this week. This is a new frame of reference for your thinking and of your mind, and using that to move yourself forward. You have the Six of Swords, so moving into calmer waters. So for Sagittarius, this is like moving out of a situation that wasn't great and moving into something beautiful. Now with this card, it's important to remember, like, this is a slow moving process. So you don't necessarily think you're going to get 100% results right away. It could take lots of time, and that's okay. This is a very slow moving boat. And so if you're moving from not calm to calm, sometimes that's a tricky thing, but keep with it. Keep moving in the right direction that you need to, and you're going to keep getting there. And yeah, maybe it's a slow move, and maybe it's not like, immediately turning from depression to ultimate happiness, right? Like that's not necessarily something that happens right after anything going on, especially if you've been through anything difficult. And so take your time with things. Be at peace with the slow movement here. It's okay. Slow movement towards happiness, because the thing about it is when this stuff is moving slow, it actually has a chance to catch hold within. And so particularly if this is a new way of framing your reference point to life, that's not something that happens overnight. That happens over a long, long period of time, changing your entire perspective. And so, be okay with things taking time this week, and just know that it's coming. This is a new beginning in this with the Ace of Swords. It's the start of it. And so if it takes time, it takes time. And that's something you got to learn how to be comfortable with. But I think that as you continue to do that, that you really do have this beautiful, lucky, wonderful energy here for you. So tune into it, right? It's a good week for you. Even if it doesn't seem that way, it could be small things, right? That's a part of where this good perspective comes in. It's like the tiny things that you honor, the tiny, beautiful things, and you let them come in. So yeah, anyway, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that's helpful. Kristen's talking about her sister that's a Sagittarius. Learning to navigate slow movement in calmer waters. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm glad that's coming home to you. Okay, so next up we have Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Capricorns need to know? Yeah, okay, actually you got 3. Let's see. These 2 are different. Okay. All right, so Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what do you got going on? You've got the Ace of Cups. So Capricorn, this is a new beginning in the emotions. So for my Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, something's going on this week that's encouraging you to learn how to process your emotions a little bit differently. And there's something new coming into your life that's going to help you move towards happiness and fulfillment and feeling like, yes, okay, everything is working out for me, right? And I can feel calm and I can feel good about myself, right? That's coming in this week. And so it might be a slow moving process, but it's here. You know, you have a new start in this. So something new is going on that's keeping you open to that. Now, with the 10 of Swords, I think what's happening is maybe you've been feeling burnt out lately. You've been feeling like you're at the end of something. You've been feeling like, ugh, everything isn't working and I can't believe it. And blah, blah, blah. You know, if you're going through that kind of inner mental dialogue of like, oh, right, this is sort of saying like, okay, this is the time for this to come to an end this week, that you're being given the tools necessary to move out of that energy and move into something much more at peace for yourself. And ultimately you have the 7 of Pentacles, which I can't fully show because of the artwork, but we can show a little bit of it. You know, with that 7 of Pentacles energy, it's sort of showing that you're working at this, right? You're working away from this and you're moving towards this thing. And now it might be a process. You might be working on it for a minute, right? And that's okay. You're going to see more results this week, I think, especially with that 7 of Pentacles. Now, with the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 and the 8s, you're not at harvest yet. You're getting there. You're getting close. It's almost ready, right? These fruits are almost ready to pick, but they're not quite there yet. And so that's okay. Like, let it take the time it needs to take, and you're going to get there. You might not get there this week, but you do have a new beginnings coming in here. So there's going to be small little pieces coming in this week to help remind you of where that peace and happiness is. And so you're going to be able to move towards it a little bit more and a little bit closer, because that's what's going to open up to you. So it might take some time. It might not happen right away, but you're going to see small signs this week, and it's going to help you feel like, no, okay, this is actually real. I can actually move towards this happiness. I don't have to be in this burnout energy forever. I'm moving away. Things are happening, right? So no, that was Capricorn. Capricorn, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on now to Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can my Aquariuses expect this week? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see, I want one more. Aquarius, there it is. Ooh, Aquarius. Ah, great. This is a great week for my Aquariuses. You got the sun here. That's wonderful. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, there's real sunshine energy coming in for you this week. It's beautiful. There's real opportunity towards new beginnings, towards the bright new day. So this is a wonderful week for you to feel happy, to feel at peace, to feel in your own life like things are working out, right? There's real sunshine energy coming in for you. So really tap into that light energy. It's here. It's here for you. We have the 5 of Pentacles, which is actually interesting. This is the grief card. So to have these two together, wait, no, it's not. It's not the grief card. What is the 5 of Pentacles? Brain. Well, I'm gonna continue with this grief message just because it's this artwork. I'm trying to think of what the writer wait. Oh. Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, okay, similar. You know, with this church cathedral lighting here, you know, it's a tricky thing. So I think with this sun energy, with these two together, it's sort of saying there's something like either some people here are in a dark night of the soul period, and this is where you're finally starting to come out of that, right? Bright sunny energy, or there's something going on where this week these beautiful moments are coming in to let you know, like, remember all of the difficult things that happened in the past and understand, like, wow, look at how far I've come, right? So this might be a really great week to be like, hey, I'm going to honor and feel good about all of the things that I've actually accomplished this week. And not just this week, over my lifetime, since I've been at my lowest points. And I can start to see this week that things are really turning around for real. And I can finally feel like, this is here. This is happening. I'm moving into this new place. And finally, you have the Six of Pentacles, which is this happy memories from the past. No, that's the Cups. I'm having trouble today with this new deck and the artwork. Well, it's quite a beautiful card if we look at it, right? There's wonderful stuff coming in. And it's interesting, 5-6 is a sequence. So there's something about a sequence coming in here. 56 could mean something to you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Dancing, music. I'm blanking on this one today. 6 of Pentacles. Oh, balance, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's a give and a take. The Six of Pentacles is like, you're going to give, you're going to take, right? Sometimes you're in the giving position, sometimes you're in the taking position, which is interesting. So I think with this 3 together, actually, this is a really cool complex. So, what's cool about the Six of Pentacles, usually it's like about balance, but it's also about like, you can give the wealth that you have to others, and you can receive the wealth from others if they're giving it to you, right? It can be both of those. You can be either person, right? Some days you're the wealthy person giving what you have extra to the poor person. Some days you're the poor person receiving that extra given from the wealthy person, right? We flip these roles. And I think that what's here is you're being reminded of the difficult times that you've had in the past, and remembering that things are really beautiful right now, in order to remind you, like, hey, now that things are good, right? How can you give the gift that you've been given, this beautiful, wonderful, positive place that you've come into? How can you give that back to the people who are trying to get there, right? And how can you help build up everyone else too, and create this reciprocal community? Once you're in a good, stable place for yourself, right? You don't have to overgive here. This isn't about that, but this is about, being in a position to help others, just in mood, right? Sometimes just being happy around other people is helping other people in order to gain that energy that you have, right? So just, this week might be an opportunity for you to remember how difficult things may have been in the past, and honor and be in awe of how wonderful things are for you now, and be able to give back in a great opportunity to those who need it. So yeah, anyway, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that's helpful. We're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Pisces need to know? Whoops. Ooh. Okay, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, Pisces. So, Pisces, let's see. You have the Magician. So, for my Pisces, anything is possible for you, right? You can make anything happen. Anything you need to have happen in life, you can set out, you can make it happen. The Magician is able to harness the forces of all of the elements. They have a sword, a pentacle, a cup, and a wand, right? They have all of them. So they can harness all of the forces of air, earth, wind, and fire. Not earth, air. Air, earth, fire, and water, and create whatever they need. I'm just thinking the band Earth, Wind, and Fire. But so you can make anything happen, right? So tune into that, right, this week, that there's the opportunity to create whatever you need for yourself. Now with the Seven of Cups, I think what's coming on sometimes maybe this week is sort of like, yeah, okay, I know I can make anything happen, but how do I choose what I want, right? Sometimes the Seven of Cups can be overwhelming possibilities, lots of choices, not knowing which road to go down. So I think with the Page of Cups, you're being encouraged to choose something that makes you happy and follow the thing that really is at the deep part of your heart this week. And you might not know fully how to do that. The Page energy is a beginner. So if it's like it's time to do something new that can bring you happiness, then maybe that's it. And maybe you don't know exactly how to bring real happiness into your life right now. Maybe things have changed. Maybe you're in a different position than where you were before, and so you don't really know how to make it happen. Well, that's okay, right? With this card, it's kind of saying like, actually, no, maybe this is a new moment for you, and maybe you have to learn how to be a different person now, and that's okay, right? You don't have to be who you've been before. This is something new. This is something different. And so I think you're being encouraged to learn what makes you happy now, and to embrace not knowing what makes you happy now, and to try new things, try something different, do something in a new way, pick up a new hobby, right? Find something different that could bring you happiness. Just follow the inspiration, the small little things. And so then, just with this overwhelming possibilities, just choose one thing at a time. And if it doesn't work, let it go and find something else. And I think that the more that you do that, the more it's going to really pay off for you. So anyway, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that's helpful. We're going to do a quick collective reading, but then we're going to do some personal readings. So if you would like a personal reading from me, let me know in the comments right now as I'm doing the collective reading, and I would be happy to give you one. So if anybody watching would like a personal reading live here, let me know, and I'll do it. Okay, I have a vision of what I want. I can feel it, and I can see it. Work-life balance is peaceful. What next? Okay, great. So yeah, Kristen, I will do that for you once we do the collective. So you're first in line. If anybody else wants one as well, please let me know. I'm doing a quick collective reading, and then I'm going to be giving personal readings. So if you would like one, please let me know in the comments right now, and I'd be happy to do one. So anyway, let's see what the collective needs to know. The collective, we are in the Page of Pentacles. So we are learning how to bring stability into our life right now. I think that's what's kind of going on for all of us. And I can see that, we're in kind of a tricky moment right now worldwide about with like money and the global financial stuff and all that. It can feel like really tricky on how do I even bring in money for myself. Well, maybe there's something new. There's something new going on in the way for all of us to bring in stability. So I think we're being encouraged to learn how to do things differently. And maybe there's some new skills, some new careers, some new moves we can make in the finances realm this week that can really help us. So I think we're being encouraged to think about things differently, do something different, and learn something different in that domain. And that could really help out the collective this week. With the Ace of Wands, this is also a new beginning towards our inspirations. So I think we're being encouraged to understand that every day is a fresh start, and you can change your mind and change your opinion anytime that you want to make anything happen. So collectively this week, we are being encouraged to understand that if things aren't working, we can change. If we need to do something new and drastic and different because everything that's going on isn't really working out anymore, we can do that. And I think we're being encouraged to do that. With the 10 of Wands, I think we're being encouraged to let go of any extra burdens that are no longer serving us so that we can really follow this passion and this inspiration. You don't need to do everything for everyone all at once, right? You can take your time with things. You can move in the moment with things. You don't need to be fully controlling everything and holding everything. So collectively this week, I think we're being encouraged to let go of the things that aren't working, to not continue to put work into places that don't make sense, to just let go and allow ourselves to be fully present in the moment and not feel as though we need to be forcing things. Okay, King of Pentacles this week. So yeah, I think as we begin to find new ways to bring abundance into our lives this week, we have the King of Pentacles here to say that this is a powerful moment for this. So the more that you can embrace this new way of understanding what stability even means for you, new places, new homes, moving to new places, doing new things, anything in the physical world that's new and beginning, we're being encouraged to do that and to juggle it here with the Two of Pentacles. So, find the right balance for you in your life. If things aren't working out right, if you feel like, I don't know, that's okay, right? Let go of the things that aren't working, hold on to the things that are. And, it might feel like a balance between, putting energy outward, putting energy inward, doing things, getting work done, but also relaxing and, all of that kind of like life juggle stuff. It can be tricky, but the more that you embrace that, the more that I think, you'll be able to do this juggle work. If you just, it's a give and a take. If things don't work one day, that doesn't mean they're not going to work tomorrow. And so just allow yourself to be at peace with that and to flow in that however you need to. Finally, we have the King of Cups. So we are being encouraged to fully feel all of the emotions, be emotionally connected, be empathetic people. The more that you can be empathetic towards yourself and towards the world, the better the world is going to be. So embrace that King of Wands or King of Cups energy and be that powerful external compassion. Share it with yourself, share it with the world, as much as you can. And I think, you might feel better and you might make other people feel better. And we all feel better from collectively doing that together, right? So anyway, collective, that's our collective reading this week. We're going to get into the personal reading. So we have Kristen on deck. If you would like a personal reading from me, please let me know in the comments right now, and I'll be happy to give you one. So let me know if you want a personal reading. We're going to go ahead and do Kristen's right now. So Kristen asks, I have a vision of what I want. I can feel it and see it. It's a work-life balance that's peaceful. What next steps do I need to take to get there? Or what do I need to change to get there? All right, so next steps for Kristen. Next steps for Kristen on the way. And if you would like a personal reading, let me know in the comments and I will be giving you one. All right, Spacecraft, I got yours on deck there. Great. I'll read yours in just a moment, but we're going to do Kristen. What are Kristen's next steps? And I want one more for Kristen. Okay. Kristen, next steps for you. The first card that came out is the Three of Cups. So, Kristen, what's really important for you in this pathway of some next steps to really bring in this is finding like-minded people, right? This is like coming together with friends, celebrating social aspects. So I think for you, potentially, is sort of like the first step might be finding people who have the work-life balance you want. And especially like if you have a tentative idea of where you want to go, then find people who are doing the thing that you want to do and reach out, right? Just reach out to people. You might make really good friends with some people who are kind of doing some of the things that you want to do, and you'll get a better picture of how to do that, and that might help you find the way. Now, with the Page of Swords, I think that's a big part of this too, is really kind of being open to this student energy as you embrace this new career, new way of doing things in the work world. The Page of Swords is a student of the mind. And so there's a sense here of, there could be like actual student energy. You take it for your situation. There could be some kind of school program potentially. Sometimes this can mean that, but it doesn't have to be. It can just mean learning a new skill, learning a new idea, right? Analytical knowledge. So as you maybe reach out to people who are doing the kind of things that you want to do, be open to learning the things too, that watching YouTube videos around whatever this is, if you're trying to make a career move or something like that, right? Get out there, get as much information as you can on this thing and really build your knowledge base up. And as you do that, I think you're going to be feeling more and more fulfilled. So the more and more steps you can take like this, where you're learning how to do it, you're actually starting to make concrete steps. The more that you can make these concrete steps, even if it's just like meeting new people and talking about things and imagining, okay, what would this actually look like if I implemented it into my life? What would the steps be? Let me come up with a little bit of a plan on how I can make that. The more and more you can take steps towards that, the more and more fulfilled and happy you're going to feel. And that's going to help like build this avalanche towards actually making it from an idea to a possibility, is by just taking those steps that you have. With the Magician, you really are being encouraged to remember that you can make anything happen here. With this Magician card, like you can harness the forces of the universe to make this happen and manifest this thing. So whatever this idea is for you, it's not just an idea, it's true possibility. It's something that can happen. You can do it. Now, it might take some hard work. With that Seven of Pentacles, it might take putting in a lot of work that maybe at the beginning you don't necessarily see physical steps from, right? This is a person who's planting. When you plant seeds, you have to wait for the plant to grow. You can't dig up the plant every time you want to see if it's growing, right? You gotta have trust, and you gotta keep putting in the work and know that the more work that you put in, the more it's going to lead to something. But I think that that's really possible because of these other cards here. And I think that the more that you do that, the more you're going to feel like you're moving towards this fulfillment. Now, the final thing here is the Four of Cups. And so I think as this is happening too, be a little bit careful of not doing too much of the focusing on all the things that aren't working, right? Because the universe is trying to give you a gift here. So it's sort of like, as you do this, as you put in this work, as you start to get these steps coming in and you build these ideas and you build this, leave a little bit of wiggle room for luck, leave a little bit of wiggle room for if you're doing any kind of manifestation work, things come in ways that you don't expect. So, don't be too rigid in whatever plan you come up with. Make it a loose plan, right? Be like, okay, well, this is the kind of things I need to do. I'm going to start taking steps. I'm going to start seeing it. But then when you see the next step and it looks different, or you like, actually, you know what? The more that I learn about this thing, it's not this that I want. It's actually a little bit of this instead, right? The more that comes up, I think that the more you'd be free and willing to flow in whatever direction it needs, because I think at the end result, I think you're going to feel really happy about it. And I think it's going to work out for you. So yeah, Kristen, I hope that that's helpful, and I wish you the best of luck with that. So yeah, hopefully that works. All right. Thanks, Kristen. Oh, let's see. This makes sense. Taking the concrete steps as of last week. Definitely hard work, lots of hours, but I'm building. All right. I love what you said. I have to trust. Yeah, I struggle with that. It's hard. Trusting is really hard, honestly. Like trusting that things are going to work out is a very, very difficult thing, but just know that you can make it happen, right? You can make anything happen here. Okay, so spacecraft. I'm curious as to the progress this week. Had a triple yes from your video yesterday. Oh, that's good. Regarding working with a naturopath doctor this week. Just interested in the progress. All right, let's give you a general progress report. Progress report for spacecraft, and there's more people watching. So if you would like a personal reading from me, please leave a comment now, and I will give you one after this. I've got one person on deck and lots of free space. I'm giving out free readings right now. That will not be the case forever. So if you want one today, now's a good time. So let me know in the comments if you want one. I'm doing a general reading for spacecraft, looking at progress this week. Spacecraft. Let's do one more. Spacecraft. Okay, I want two more. All right. Okay, spacecraft. What's going on for you? 3 of Wands. Your ships are coming in here this week, so that's good. You're moving towards the future, right? Standing on the cliff, waiting for standing on the edge, looking down. That's a you reference, but you're standing there waiting for something to happen, right? And stuff's coming in for you, right? It's coming in. So you're ready to set sail. You're ready to take off this week, which is great. With the Ace of Swords. You've got there's definitely like a new perspective here for you this week. And I think it's been kind of probably coming in for you for a while. Like learning how to look at this a little bit differently, I think is really going to help you out here. Learning that things are different, you can have different ideas and different understandings of things. And ultimately, like, there might be challenges and things might feel difficult sometimes, but ultimately like you can your frame of reference on this is really going to help you. And if you can build a positive view of things and of your life and of situations through this, I think that you could probably overcome anything, right? So just keep that in. Now, with the 2 of Cups, I think, you've got powerful people in your life who love you and care about you and, who are here to help you, and you're here to help them. And so, be sharing that wonderful, loving energy here this week. It's here for you. So, tune into that and connect with your loved ones here. 7 of Cups. Okay. Yep. 7 of Cups. Interesting. This came up for you before, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, and then also in the Pisces reading. So with the 7 of Cups, it's sort of like feeling overwhelmed at possibilities, I think might be something coming in for you. And so just, like I was saying with the Pisces reading, just take things one step at a time, even if you're overwhelmed. This could even be like overwhelmed by different ideas about what could be going on, or, getting different things going on. You don't know which way to go. Just take things one at a time, one step at a time, and I think it's going to work out for you. 7 of Pentacles, yeah, just keep putting in that work, right? You might not see the results right away, but just one step at a time, keep putting in the work. You're going to see results after a while. It's that energy of not wanting to, dig up the plant before it starts to grow. You got to let it grow and trust that it's going to happen, because it is. So just, you're being asked to trust as well here. Finally, Knight of Cups. So movement towards fulfillment, emotional stability, feeling good, right? You've got movement towards that this week. So looks like a good week for you. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. And yeah, that's it for spacecraft. There's 5 people here. So does anybody want a free reading from me right now? If you would like a reading, please let me know in the comments. I'm open. Books are open. Who wants a reading? I'll do one for me. What do I need to know this week? As I'm doing that, though, if you would like a free reading from me, please let me know in the comments. I would love to give you a reading right now. What do I need to know this week? Okay, and oftentimes if I need to know it this week, you need to know it too, right? That's generally how this works. So I guess more collective stuff. Let's see, one more. Oh, no, there is one more. Okay, so what I need to keep in mind this week is, well, that's kind of cool. I got the homecoming card. So coming home to myself this week, that's nice. Homecoming card is sort of like coming back into your own sense of self and really feeling good about that, feeling as though, you know, things are working. So that's nice that I got that this week. I got the Queen of Swords. So clear analytical thinking, making sure to keep a clear mind out of things, a clear head, and not allowing things to be too wishy-washy, like I don't know what's going on, or, you know, just being very analytical, very clear-headed, and think clearly. Finally, Five of Swords. So for me, sort of like, you know, watching what kind of struggles I might be going through with other people, but also like understanding what needs to happen and moving in that direction. So I don't know entirely what that's about, but that's okay. All right. So does anybody else want a personal reading right now? I've got some openings. There's 5 people here. If you would like one, please let me know in the comments right now. Otherwise, I might end this reading a little bit soon. But if you want one, let me know. Just say yes. I could do a general. Be super general. You don't need to ask something specific. Just let me know. Okay, we're losing people. So all right. Well, you know what? I think that means we're going to end it this week. So everybody who's tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. And like I was saying at the very opening of this video, we have just reached 1,500 subscribers. So thank you everybody for subscribing to the channel. I'm so happy to have you with me. I've been kind of hinting at this in some of the posts I've done, but I'm going to be doing some big giveaways. So stay tuned this week to the pick a card readings. There's going to be some big giveaways going on. I'll probably be giving out some detailed, like actual big personal readings, not these little quick live ones. So so stay tuned for that. And you know, maybe I'll send some postcards and some things and send some hellos and all sorts of fun little tiny gifts from me. So yeah, you know, stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm going to end it here. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you, and stay tuned for more shorts and pick a card readings this week. There'll probably be 5 shorts this week and a few pick a cards. I don't know how many, but there's going to be a huge push that I'm moving in October towards a daily pick a card reading 5 days a week. There'll be a 5 days a week pick a cards going starting October. Also, I'm going to be experimenting with vertical lives as well, because from what I've been researching online, the vertical lives have a larger viewer base. This reading will always be the horizontal. There we go. Horizontal live once a week at this time. I'm going to continue that. I love doing these ones. But then I'm going to do a few more during the week of just open readings for people. Those will be vertical lives because apparently I can get a larger viewership that way. So we'll see. And thanks for tuning in. Kristen, thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. And I'm really happy you tuned in today. That's great. And Spacecraft, thanks for tuning in always. And everybody else. Nasser, sorry I didn't get your lottery winning. Let's just see. Nasser, are you going to win the lottery this week? You got the Fool. So be careful. Be careful about spending that money. You know, don't be foolish, right? But anyway, catch you later, everybody. I'll see you in the pick of cards, and I'll see you next week.